Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, well, mini fan episode, where we get to know people through some of their favorite R&B songs. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
JR.
And today we are welcoming back a very, very lovely face to our, he's been here before, back to Catch That. And that is our very good homeboy, brother, Vern.
What's going on, good people? Glad to be here.
Yeah. We love us some Vern, so we're
yes.
Love y'all back. Love y'all back.
Yeah. So, Vern, what song did you pick to talk to the folks about today?
So, my favorite group, my mom's favorite group, the Isey Brothers, The Highways of My Life, off the 3+3 album, made in 1973. I was one when it came out.
Yes. So when do you remember first hearing the song?
Funny thing about that. So on that album, That Lady, Don't Let Me Be Alone, of course, Summer Breeze and Listen to the Music, I heard those all my life. I never heard The Highways of My Life. So this is my therapy session, y'all. So I want to say 91. I was messing with a girl. I ain't gonna say her name, but she went to Agnes Scott College, all girls college, and she let me hold the tape. And I listened to it. I'm like, whoa, this. I mean, just from the intro, from the pianos, it just grabbed me. And the funny thing about this particular person is, y'all seen the video, Just a Friend, Biz Marquis, when he went to go visit her and he looked in the sign-in book. So I get to the school and who the hell is that? Who is that? So, but I kept the tape, so I won. I never gave her tape. I never gave her tape back. No, so I think the first time I heard The Highways of My Life was like 91. Yeah, 91, and it stuck with me.
Yeah. So what hits you so much about this song that makes it so special to you?
The intro, the pianos, and then Chris Jasper throwing those synths on there. The lyrics, the metaphors. He's talking about reading all the signs along the way, knowing where I am by what they say. Although you're not the one, although you are the one, you're not the same. That's key, and that's big, because in life, where you are at one point in your life might not be where you are all the time.
Right.
And sometimes it takes courage to move on down the highways of your life. So just all of it, the music, the songwriting, the piano, the lyrics, the metaphors.
Well. So when you chose the song, I was like, because first of all, we love everybody coming back or whatever. So I was like, you was like, I'm coming. You was like, I chose my song. I was like, all right. And I was like, I don't know, big bro. And chose, I was just like, whatever. But then when I went and saw it, I was like, yeah, we fighting. I was like, this is not right at all. Because literally this is like my second favorite Isey Brothers song ever. And nobody really talks about this song.
See, I'm gonna cut you off. So we just talked before we started recording, y'all.
Yeah.
I am an album cut guy. I dig deep. And those are usually my favorite songs. Nobody's really gonna mention this song except for Heads. So go ahead, JR.
Yeah, and he's right. And he's absolutely right. But it was just like, I'm an album cut dude. So I'm like, but I should have knew who I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I should have knew who I was dealing with. So I should have known, of course, he would choose this song. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, for me, like you said, that freaking intro is one of the best intros ever. I put that on like Deja Vu by Tina Marie. Like that's the level I put this song on because of those piano. Chris on those keys is not playing.
Chris added such a dope element to the Isey Brothers, man, that he doesn't get talked about. I don't want to get, maybe I'll talk about this off air, but I just don't understand why he wasn't on the verses.
I don't either. I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. I'm like, there's something missing here. But I was like, hey, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. But that song, just anytime I listen to it, well, it actually gives me an experience. It takes me back to when I was ready to go to college, to be honest. And it's a couple of songs. And being the only kid, you afraid to leave home. You're afraid to leave home. I'm the only kid. They had me so sheltered. So now I'm about to learn this thing called life on my own. And I just remember one day, what was it? I don't remember what the heck I was doing. I was like, yo, Mom, I'm about to go ride using her car. And I was like, yo, I'm just about to go ride. And she was like, where you going? And I just remember I had this CD. The kids will never know. I had this CD and I had the Highways of Life on there. And I just remember just zoning out to it. Just zoning out. It took me somewhere. I literally was like, I was just going to drive around. Yo, I literally was like an hour away because I just kept playing the joint over and just driving straight. It was making me think about life and what's going to happen, this new road that I'm about to travel. You know what I mean? And it was just like, wow, like this really going to happen. This is the first time me leaving home. I've always been under my mother, my grandparents, all that. And now I'm getting into this life where it's just going to be me and I'm going to learn who JR really is. And I would just listen to that song and it's just so, I don't like therapeutic for me. I don't know. Like it's just, and the keys to me is really the star of that story. See how I did that? The keys is like the star of the story for me. So that intro alone just takes me somewhere. And I also like how Ernie is playing the drums on it too. Like the piano and the drums are in competition on this record. and
then the acoustic guitar towards the end too.
Oh my God. And then to have, Ron so smooth on the record. It's like everything about this song is perfect. That's why it's like my second after A Harvest of the World. And it kind of reminds me of it a little bit. Like I get a little, it's a little familiar a little bit. I'll be like, that's why every time I listen to it, I gotta listen to Harvest of the World afterwards.
I think to your point, one of the reasons is because it's kind of stripped down. And on Harvest of the World and The Highways of My Life, it's an acoustic guitar as opposed to Ernie on the electric guitar. So it kind of evokes a different kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And for you to pick this on my favorite Isey Brothers album, though, like this is my favorite, which I thought that one had. I swear I thought she had it. I swear I thought Elise had it. I swear I thought she had it. Because she's good with having everything else. But this time,
I want to say that's the only Isey Brothers album that I don't have outside of the compilations and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I even have one greatest hits, but I think that greatest hits maybe came out before. I don't know, because they got like old songs, like old Isey, so it must have came out.
Oh, it must have got the Motown joints on it.
It's a lot of the older joints on there.
And how this song ends the album. It ends it like it's the last record on the album. That's just too much musical. You're going from Summer Breeze to The Highways of Life. How can you deal with that? Like, I was like, yo, like, oh my God. Like, I just, like, Isey Brothers, that's why I was so mad at people doing that whole Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isey Brothers stuff. Y'all got to stop playing games when it comes to the Isey Brothers. That's why when we did our show like that Tuesday before it, Elise, I had to get out of the frame because Elise had a moment. Like she was like, do I need to continue? How many albums and songs and all this that they have, and we ain't even gonna touch the album cuts. That's
from the 50s.
Yeah,
from the
like
50s.
just off of the singles, and then
The album cuts
that's just the tip of the iceberg.
from the 50s to the 2000s.
Yeah.
Go sit down somewhere, man, because y'all kids. Go get a Capri Sun and a Lunchable and let grown folks talk, because y'all sound silly right now.
Yeah. Yo, bro be throwing some big daggers on Twitter. Yo, you gotta catch him with his too, because he will call people out.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? Like,
yeah.
Ugh.
And again, I think Vern kind of touched on this before. Like you said, this would be one of the best times in music to like really learn, because you have access to so many, like you said, shows, and then you have the lovely, lovely internet. You got all these books about music.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to anything. You got your Spotify and your Apple Music. So even if you should buy the physical, but if you can't, not everybody can. At least go and stick it out on YouTube or something. Like, it's so, man, if I had that kind of access.
What?
Especially us having that back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we could only do the vinyls, and this before the internet. So you didn't have a lot to do. And this generation has so much, and they still don't want to learn. That's what just bugs me out. I'm like, and it bugs me out that there was a lot of people that had them blue checks on Twitter that was really showing themselves doing that Earth, Wind, and Fire Isey Brothers thing. Because a lot of them motherfuckers wasn't saying right shit at all. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
it doesn't make, like, why do you not want to learn about whatever industry you're in? Like, that would be like a chef going, go to culinary school and then start working, and then like, okay, I don't want to learn nothing else.
I'm good. I got it. Yeah.
It's stupid. It's dumb. It's so dumb, and it just irks me. And
it shows in their music, so
It does, because the really passionate people that's making, they know a little something. Now they might not be as well versed as, say, a JR, but
I mean, he's a cyborg, so we can't hold that against them.
Yeah. Yeah. Half man, half amazing, right? So it's like,
I like it.
And, but those are ones that pay homage, and they know who came before them.
Right. Right.
So
it bugs me out.
Why would you not study the greats? Look, I'm a writer. What would I look like being a writer and I don't freaking read?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you just summed up about 70% of the rappers. Like, you make your living off of words, but you don't read books. So, let me stop.
So you only can't. So you only can talk about one thing or do one thing, and you'll never evolve because you don't. You're in this singularity. I mean, this is.
I don't want this to devolve into some bad session.
Okay, you're right. Back to the
island. That's why I love Fonte Aloysius Coleman. The nigga reads books, and it shows in his lyrics. He can talk about the sword of Damocles, and he can use pop references like, you better call. I was raised in the Marley Marl era, so you better call Saul and tell Saul to call pallbearers. I mean, you're intriguing my mind. It's not Rari bands. Yeah. Well, anyway, yes, Isey Brothers. Love
All right, so bro, is this your favorite Isey Brothers album or song?
It is my top. That's rough to say. My favorite. It's one of my favorite songs by the Isey Brothers. Obviously, I mean, but their lyrics are so incredible. I mean, when you think of "Make Me Say It Again," why am I worthy of love from an angel? Or at your best, because what do you say? You don't want to learn a lesson you think you already know. Man, it's up there. It's definitely, I would say, top 5 Isey Brothers. Boys to Atlantis, and just a bunch. The Isey Brothers are my favorite group.
Wow. Well, duh. Yeah, I think we did have that discussion because I think it was one time we was talking about what was it, sensuality? Was we talking about that? Yes, we were.
That's my
yeah.
That's my
Hey man, if you can't score for that, you need to change sports. I mean, but that's the perfect title for that song, sensuality. That ain't just like sex. It's sensual. Oh man, I gotta run some Isey when we finish this up. That song right there, man.
Yo, and he like Terrence Martin. When Terrence Martin was like, yo, you don't even gotta say nothing. Just play the joint. If you don't get nothing, something wrong with you.
Yeah, man.
Like
man.
Don't talk. Just listen.
yeah, for real.
Yes.
Like, yeah, sensuality is crazy, man.
Yes, but I love 3+3. I just love everything about this album from beginning to end. You know, If You Were There is one of my favorites from that too. And I actually like how Wham did it. Well, George.
That sure did. You know what? You just did. Yeah.
On Make It Big, George.
Don't disrespect Andrew like that. Wham. Don't do that.
Who was singing on the record? I'll wait.
We listen to a whole lot of records where the person's not singing. Some of our favorites.
Oh yeah, you right about that.
You know, a couple of them been on our show, so that's cute. Ooh. But go ahead, you got it.
That's cute. All right. Hey, boys and girls. When Elise says that's cute, she really don't mean it's cute.
At all. But no, you're right. But Wham, I love the way they did their version. You know what I'm saying? I think it was dope. And they didn't do no extra stuff with it. I love it. But You Walk Your Way. Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight. Like I always say, if the highways of life, I feel like I can ride in a 73 Pontiac Trans Am. And just vibe out, dog. Like I do, like I try to put the year that because I do that with Marvin's Inner City Blues. I feel like I'm in a 71 joint and he's taking you around the hood and he's letting you mainstream listen to like this is what's going on in the world. And I feel like what the Isey Brothers doing with this, they like literally was like, yo, this is the life. Like, yo, this is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You sitting in there like thinking about your life and what's gonna become of it and all this. And I'm like, this song here just makes me think about the stuff that's going on in my life and make me kind of be like, yo. And at the end of it, it's like, I'm gonna be all right. I wish this song was longer because we know they got more ones and twos.
Yeah. You know,
well, that's because they was on 45 longer song, so they had to break it up.
That's true.
I wish this joint was like 9 minutes long. Like, I swear, like, they could have let the intro go for like 2 minutes. Like, I don't care. Like,
what's Zoe say? Just play it again.
Right. Zoe Zoe did get a little touchy. He
kind of came for your neck, bro.
Yeah, I felt the heat. Oh, I felt it when he said it. Oh, I felt it. He was like, just play it again. I was like, oh, okay.
The Isey Brothers and that song puts me in the mind of wood panel in the house, a fan in the window, and incense burning, and red Kool-Aid.
So black.
Yes, sir.
So black. And red Kool-Aid.
You know another unsung song off that album that I didn't pick up till later is Sunshine, Go Away Today.
Oh, Sunshine. Oh, yeah.
Ron was mad at somebody.
Wasn't he though?
He can't run his life, so I'll be damned if he run mine. And then that funky worm, said, yeah, Ron was kind of pissed.
I was like, yo, who is he mad at? Like, I'm like, you can feel the anger in the record. I want to know what was going on in the studio that day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ron, why are you so angry? Because normally he give you a smooth vocal. This one, you like, oh no, he mad at somebody.
Yeah.
Something pissed him the hell off. And he said,
and then with their songs, you really know that's how they felt because they wrote them.
Yep. Whoa.
That's another thing.
Whoa.
So
you can write the songs
he
you
was
sing?
going through something.
Yep.
I'm not messing with you, bro. I'm not messing with you. Did you catch what he said, sis?
What'd he say?
He said, oh, people actually write their own songs? Wow.
It's definitely a rarity.
Well, that's why they stand the test of time. And man, I mean, we all over the place, but like when they did the verses, I didn't know Ernie's pen game was like that. Oh my God.
I didn't know either.
Ooh.
I didn't know, and I'm a line of no reader, and I did not know. I was like, he wrote this?
Right.
Oh shit. I was like, damn, I missed that one. You know what I mean?
Yep. And he passed that gene on to the doggone Alexandria.
Baby!
Man, that girl, that girl.
Love she. I love her so much.
It's three people right now that could do whatever, and I'm like, Layla, Mosina, and Alex Isey. She's reached that level for me now. I love everything she does.
Yeah.
Bro be beating me to it. Cause I be like, cause I follow her. So I'm like, all right. And bro be like, you saw this? I'll be like, well, damn, she just put this shit up like 10 minutes ago. Like, damn. I'll be like, oh, this sounds so good. And her voice, her tone is just so.
Yeah. Hey, J.I. Go ahead, Lisa.
Oh, I can't think of his name right now, but one of the people that writes with her and works with her, and I have posted just randomly about Alex. I said she's just a gift in the present, and like, and the guy reached out to me and he was sending me stuff that I might not.
Oh, you talking about Brandon Williams?
Yeah, Brandon Williams.
Oh yeah. Brandon, because you know cool. she was on his album.
Yeah. And so he said, he was
Let Love Be, man.
That I hadn't heard, so it was dope.
Freak that song. Yeah, Brandon is a hella compilation. When he does his albums, he killers on them albums, man. Yeah.
Bro, know everybody, sis.
Yeah.
You talking about me? Everybody follow him.
And you?
Not me. No. Not compared to him. No. Bro got the followers. You hear me? I'll be like, what? Like when I was shot when we first got on Kill Joint, and he was like, oh yeah, me and Fonte, we follow each other. Excuse me? I was like, excuse me? And then you're behind. She was like, oh yeah, I went to college with him. Me and him cool.
So we're friends.
Like really friends. Like I'm like, what the hell? Like I'm like, I've been a fan of this dude since college. Like, and it's so random for y'all. Like, oh yeah, I follow him. Oh yeah, he's one of my ghost friends. I'm like, okay.
You know what I found, and it's very not flattering. You tell me the word, but like for a Fonte to respond to me, or a Layla, or just different people that I deeply respect. Like I said something about Yazara, and she was like, man, thank you. Because I said, somewhere in heaven, there's an angel filing a police report saying Yazara stole my vocal cords. I forgot what song. It was one of the songs off of the first Foreign Exchange. Yazara was just floating. But I love being able to connect to very, very dope people. You know, Zoe and Nicolay, just a whole bunch of different people. And obviously, they respect enough of my music acumen to holler back and just have some different exchanges. Does that mean I know them? No. But before the internet, I couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
It's kind of rewarding, to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. That would be crazy if now I'm telling y'all now, y'all already know. Well, not her. Like y'all know I love that one. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something. If JJ follow me, I'm leaving. I'm done with
you got 1 degree left to get there. I mean, damn, y'all, Jimmy Jam, y'all fast friends with them. So it ain't too far away.
I'm be like, I'm done with social media. I swear. I'm be like, that's it. Cut it. We're done. We're absolutely done. I'm gonna be like, in this highways of life, I got to finally get to Janet. Finally, I'll be like, thank you. This road led me to you.
There's a rule too to listening to the highways of my life. If you don't listen to it at least 2 times, probably 3 times in a row, you really haven't listened to it.
You really haven't.
Yeah.
You got to let it run, let it marinate.
That's why I hit repeat anytime I played it.
And you know what? That's how I feel generally with the Isey Brothers.
Yes.
I feel like on every listen, because it's so lush, like you're not gonna catch everything the first time. You know, one time you listen, the lyrics are gonna just hit you, and then the next time you be like, "Ooh, that guitar," and "Ooh, them drums," and then the next time you listen to it, you're like, "Ooh, how this all comes together," you know?
Yeah. They're a real group. That's why. Like, they are a musician. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I know when they were listening to their songs, they like, yo, these joints got to be perfect. We can't half step with this. Like,
I would love to get my hands on some of those things.
Groups that are, I also feel like groups that are a band, actual band, because they don't just sing. And they play the instruments and they're arranging and they're writing. It's just a different depth. Like you think about a mid condition song, like it's a different depth that no just group can match.
Yeah.
You know, of that time, personally, none of the groups that I love could touch Mint Condition and Tony in that era. They couldn't. Right. In my eyes, they just was not competing, but it was them against each other for, you know, for the top.
It's the truth.
The rest is kind of not irrelevant, but you know, relative.
There's a lack of depth that the other groups cannot do because they're not playing, they're not writing, and you don't get that. And it's just a side note. Can the world please give Tony their flowers while they're here?
Thank you.
Them boys have incredible, impeccable albums. I mean, that run, that musicianship. The crazy thing about Tony, we all over the place now, but hey, we here. They ain't the greatest singers, but they don't have to be.
They remind me of, like, that's why I love Raphael, because he reminds me of Curtis. Curtis never had the best voice ever. But God damn it, you give him a guitar or give him a freaking piano, it's a rap. And that's what Raphael, and that's what Dwayne, and that's what, or put them all together. That's why I don't like them being classified, like Sis said, as an R&B group. They were a band.
They were a band, man.
You know what I mean?
That's the Church of God in Christ boys. And that's another aspect of music that's sorely missing. When you cut your chops on the drums, on the keys, on the guitar, in the church, you can tell it. You can feel it.
Right. That's right. That's absolutely right. Shoot, you can do that with shoot. You know them Isey Brothers came from church. Just listen to the way Ernie playing that guitar. You ain't playing that guitar like you just, you know, somebody just taught you how to do that. No, they was up in church getting his hands slapped for playing the wrong note. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no. And that's what I kind of feel like we don't have. That's what we're missing, the church background. It's not even, you got to be a great vocalist to come from church, because like we said, Raphael does not have the greatest voice, but you know he came from the church.
But you know, but church music ain't even what it used to be.
No.
It's facts on that one.
Because you go to churches now, and it's a very sanitized, very
Hillsong.
It's very.
There it is.
And it's not this no more. It's
the praise and worship stuff.
There's no feeling. It's absolutely no feeling no more.
I need you to make me cry with just something you did, because I need to feel it. And that's the sanitized, that Hillsong. So I mean, and they got some good stuff, hey.
It's a place for it, but I feel like, but it kind of replaced the old school gospel. You know,
it did because now one of the reasons
I can't listen to it.
You're on the time clock. All right, we have 7 minutes for praise and worship. Then we're going to pray for 2 minutes. Then we're going to do the announcements. Then A and B selection from the choir. Then the pastor's going to speak for 30 minutes. We're going to do the benediction, and we'll be out by 10:30.
Right.
So there ain't no room for the spirit to get in there.
Nope. That's why I just don't like. Honestly, that's why I don't like going to church like that anymore. Because you can tell it's so programmed. It's like, yo, when that spirit hit, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Like, I don't mind it. Like, listen, it don't matter. We could be on a song for like 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. Okay, fine. If everybody in that spirit, let it go.
Hey, man, Kurt Carr and the Kurt Carr singers came to our church. Nigga, when that For Every Mountain, bruh, I'm crying like a baby because I'm thinking about what God has brought me over and brought me through and all that stuff. And we need that.
Yes.
How we get over here from the Isey Brothers?
That's a bit. Look, this is what.
No, that's
talking about this when we did our interview with Greg. When we did that, and we went somewhere else, but we was like, "Yo, this is what music does." That's why I love that she came up with. I'm giving you your props now, girl. I love that she came up with the Catch That Minis because she was like, "Yo." It's going to take us anywhere. We can ask them about one song. Every episode we have done, we have went from some song, we went somewhere else, we brought another song in. Like, this is what I really enjoy these. Like, I really enjoy these because it takes us somewhere. Like, we got sanctified. We done had what you call up in there. Like, we just literally just had a church moment. You know what I mean?
We had kid revival.
Yeah, somebody gonna need it. Best believe that.
But that's, you know, I mean, music is my religion. It might as well be, you know, right? Like it's just
Music is spiritual,
you know,
man.
like this song is, you know, highways is making a metaphor about, you know, life, and it's like you getting something from it, and then, you know, you go to another album and you can hear songs about love and sensuality and closeness, and then you can hear another one talking about fight the power. Like it's you know,
I got work to do.
got work, every facet of life. You got work, love, you know.
And you can tell the church is up in it because them are some church boys, so they can't help but to bring the church in it. So you get all of it. That's how dope why the Isey Brothers are dope.
Especially early records. They really was church.
Oh yeah,
like,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Let me run these lyrics. Let me run these lyrics.
He sweating his little perm out.
Moving down the highways of my life, making sure that I stay to the right. Moving down the highways of my life, so I can't be concerned with the other side of the road. All right, so that part right there. There's so much distraction in the world, and you got to know where you're supposed to be going. You got to have a map for your life. You got to be the star of your story, at least. So, I mean, because you get on Twitter and Instagram and you be trying to get caught up in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. So that's that part right there. And it says, reading all the signs along the way, knowing where I am by what they say. My destination is closer day by day, so I can't be concerned with the other side of the road. Leaving all the sorrows and the pain, there's no love between us that remains. Although you are the one, you're not the same. So the other side of the road can only take me back home. Woo! And then he just run la 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 for 4 minutes, and I'm good with it.
That's why I'll be like, why y'all had to end it in 4 minutes and 17 seconds? I needed another 4 minutes. Like, I love that song, yo. Like,
and before we go, I just want to make sure I give props. I'ma always, some kind of way, flip this to a foreign exchange family. That doggone Lorenzo Ferguson, aka Zoe. and Darian Brockington on Zoe's Just Visiting 2. They redid The Highways of My Life, and oh my goodness, they did it justice. And then as a greater homage to the Isey Brothers, they vamped that sucker out with Make Me Say It Again, Girl. Yep. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I want Darian to do so much. I wish he would have stayed in it. I swear. But he probably was like, this industry ain't for me.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Figured that. I was just like that. I
think he went back to school and everything.
Yeah.
I'm glad. He's making more appearances now in the last 2 years than he has in ages. Because he did Little Brother. He got something with Zoe and Messina. Yeah. Your joint.
My joint. That's like right. Hold it down. Yep. That is my joint. What? That's why I was like, Darian, come back, yo. Please.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, we enjoyed you as always, Vern.
Yes. Oh,
I enjoyed myself. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And let the folks know where they can find you if you like to be found.
Sure. Instagram, I am V the Lone Closer. And then Twitter is VChandler10.
VChandler10. Yep. Well, we thank y'all for tuning in to us once again, and we will catch y'all on the next episode of Catch That. Peace. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know people through their favorite R&B songs. I am naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
JR.
And today we are welcoming a good friend of JR's, and hopefully will soon be a good friend of mine, Brina. Hi.
Hi, guys.
And let the folks know a little bit about you, as much or as little as you'd like to tell them.
So I'm always the baby of the group. I'm a published author, the rebel.
Oh, you right.
Yes. So tell the folks what song you picked for us to talk about today.
All right, so this was a difficult choice because this is my favorite album from this guy. But I chose Mad Sexy Cool by Babyface from his Grown and Sexy album.
Oh, right. And when do you remember first hearing the song, and how did it make you feel when you heard it?
I was 13 years old when this album came out.
Oh my God.
Yes, I was 13 years old. Mind you, it was how we used to burn CDs and stuff. I don't know where I got it from, but I just got it one day and I listened to it and it was a wrap. Like I listened to that song on repeat. I put it in my CD player. All right, children, you said CD players where you put a CD in and you put it on repeat on one song. So I used to do that, and I used to go to sleep with Mad Sexy Cool on, just playing on a loop. And my mother would come in the room and turn it off. But that was my favorite song off the album.
I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. You know why? Because to be honest, because I didn't even think she was gonna go this way, to be honest with you. I thought she was gonna pick like, you know what I'm saying, she was gonna go with like a Kalani or a SZA song so she could talk about Cardi. That's what I thought she was gonna do.
Really?
This girl right here is a Cardi stan, let me tell you. So anytime, anytime she can get a chance to talk about Cardi, she would. So I was like, oh, she gonna pick like a SZA or something so we could throw her in there. Or I thought she was gonna pick like a late 90s song, because one thing about me and Bria, we love us some 90s, you know what I'm saying? We on our 90s tip, you know what I'm saying? When she used to be home, here, home.
Oh my God.
And when she used to be here, she like, yo, we would go in on the 90s. So I was thinking she was picking, some late 90s stuff. But when she picked Mad Sexy Cool, that just made me so proud. I was just so proud because nobody picks this, right, sis? Like over a Babyface album like this. Like nobody would pick this record.
And I think people sleep on Babyface's later stuff that he did later, you know, outside of the you know, early 90s and stuff, that people, they kind of more concentrate on stuff he do for other people after a certain point in time, and they kind of sleep on his later records. But I like Babyface. I think his music aged nicely. He was able to bring enough of the new in, but still keeping, you know, the integrity of a Babyface record. So
I totally agree. I agree, because it was like once he came in like 2001 and he started working with the Neptunes with There She Go, because that's our joint. Baby. That's our joint right there. But he still gave us those Babyface. So that you know, that Grown and Sexy album, to me, it was just like, you got the essence of Babyface. And to think this is a love type of album, and the man was going through a divorce.
But I didn't know that until me and you was talking about it. But it makes sense. But this album introduced me to Babyface. Like, I heard, like, when I was younger, like, you hear music and stuff, but you don't really know who the person is unless your parents like tell you. But this album introduced me to Babyface, and then I went back and listened to his old school stuff. But this album is my favorite Babyface album, like hands down. But the feelings I get from this album is it takes you through how a man feels when he's in love, and then when he gets hurt, and how those emotions switch. Especially with songs like Loneliness and what's the divorce song?
Well, like I'm thinking of what? Sorry for the stupid things I said.
Oh my God, I love this song too.
I'm so surprised with her.
Going out of business.
Going out of business. That's right. That's right.
So you have he allowed you to feel all the feelings that he went through from the beginning to the middle to when it was over.
That's very true. Because he even got the song Drama, Loves, and Relationship. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. And it was like, but it still gives you that tender lover that everybody goes to when it comes to Babyface. You know what I mean? Like, they go to that one, or they'll go to For the Cool in You. Like, they go to those type. So when it gets to the 2000s, that's when they start putting him in that legendary category. Like Sis said, people think about the songwriting of Babyface rather than the music that he did. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, y'all bugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Playlist is a dope album too. And then I even like The Return of the Lover. This was back in 2016 when he brought that album out. But this Grown and Sexy, Babyface could make an album.
His album with Tony. That album with
Marriage and Divorce. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah. Marriage, Love, Divorce. Like, yo, like Babyface is nothing to play with, yo. You know.
And I love the single that he has with Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. They don't know nothing about
his music is so timeless that he can come out at any time and it will still be a banger.
Come on, who are you? Who are you? I don't know who this girl
is. Stop trying to put people in a box.
Look. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not. I'm just so surprised. Like, she makes me proud. She's been around me so long. That's why she's so musically inclined. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's been around me for like over 15.
Ooh, you hear that? It was before you.
But I'll let you hear
that. Actually, this album came out like 2006, right?
2005.
Oh, okay.
Get them together.
That's when you first met me, yeah. She got me right. I thought it came out 2006. My bad. You're right. But what's so crazy about this song too, going back to the song, Matt, Sexy Cool, knowing Brina and knowing her, this song makes perfect sense on a guy that she would want. Absolutely. Because you get a little angry in this record, you get a little sexy, but you still cool, and that's her, to be honest with you. Because Brina will hem you up for real, but she kind of chill when she want to be. And then we don't want to talk about sexy now. Like,
why are you putting me out there?
Nah, I'm just saying this is not in a bad way, y'all. Not in a bad way, but that's why, like, when you picked this record, I was like, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense on why. And to me, too, because this is also during the time when Neo was getting, we was learning who Neo is. I can see Neo doing this record. That's why I wish this record would have really jumped off better than it did, or this album would have, because I'm like, Neo probably could have did this whole record and it probably would have did better than something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I probably wouldn't got the same feels of Neo though. I think Neo during that time, which album was he coming out with? That was
his debut, in my own words.
I think that was the story he needed to tell.
Oh,
and this was the story Babyface needed to tell, because he was going to do all of the stuff that he was singing about. Yeah. So I think if Neo sung this album, it wouldn't have been the same.
That's true.
He would have just been singing the words on the paper, but R&B is about singing from your heart and feeling it. Like, it wouldn't have been the same.
That's very true.
That's true. And now I think about it, because a lot of time me and JR, we like to ask like questions like, what do you, like you did, like, what if you think if so-and-so sang it? And then and you saying that, it's like, well, yeah, they might have sounded good, but you don't know if you'd have got that same emotion.
Yeah.
And that's very true. That's
a good point you made, Brina. Yeah.
And then the fact that he's playing the guitar on it, that's what's really getting me on this record. One thing about Babyface, he will bring out a guitar. Y'all just need to watch the verses with him and Teddy Riley. He got Teddy Riley with all the foolishness. He said, you know what? I'm going to give y'all a concert, and start playing his guitar on his little iPhone 6, his little Bluetooth, baby. And he took out that guitar. It was like, and this song here for me is just like, because everybody know, watch, I'm going to say it. Y'all all know I love horns. And there ain't really no horns in this joint.
Oh, really?
Watch it.
Wow. This is a revelation.
Here you go. And it's just, if you know Babyface, that's why I like when he did like the Unplugged with Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, you really know Babyface. He's not he can play the piano, he can play all that, but Babyface, give him a guitar, that's him. And in this song, he give you the guitar, plus it's still 2000-ish. It's still good for the time. Yeah. But like you said, it's classic. You know what I mean? It's timeless. Like, we can all just go back to this record now and it still sounds good. You know what I mean? Because you got something.
And it's a straight through play album. Like, it's no skips.
Damn.
Like, during that time, you was getting albums where it was like five songs that was okay. But to get an album that you can play straight through, that's rare nowadays. Like, it's really rare.
Absolutely.
And that's so horrible, because you came out in the 90s. Like, I mean, of course you always gonna have your little spot of albums that's just good for a single. Yeah. But like in the 90s, you got a lot of play through albums, or albums to at least 75% of it was good. And then you come in the 2000s and you getting these 3 and 4 song, maybe 3 or 4 good song records in the 2000s from a lot of people.
And I was just discussing this with someone, and we was talking, and we was like, it's so crazy back then, like in the 70s and the 80s, you got 10 songs, right? And that filled up an album, and maybe it was a song here and there that you could have took off, but it was still dope. We got into the 2000s, people doing these 15 and 16 albums stuff where 10 of them are fillers. Like, you didn't even need them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's mostly to fulfill the contract, but everything is single based now. So it doesn't make sense for artists to even put out a body of work like Chris Brown putting out that Heartbreak on the Full Moon. Like, that album didn't make sense. Although it did showcase his artistry, like, that still didn't make sense.
45 songs, I ain't listening to that shit. He got another thing coming. I'm not listening to no album with no 45 songs. I don't give a damn how much streaming it is. No, that I don't know. He was crazy for that, but he did that for the dollars. You know what I'm saying? Which didn't make no sense. But like you said, Brina, when you listen to Grown and Sexy, This album you can listen to straight through, and he tells the story. You got a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? By the time you get to like he's like at the end, I love he got the song God Must Love You. You know what I'm saying? I love that record. Like I love that record because
I love that melody. I be in the car like
it's like people don't even, you know, back then everybody used to have maybe a gospel song on their album or a very inspirational record on their album. People don't even got that anymore. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and Babyface is going through that time. He's finding God within, you know what I'm saying? Within him, because you're going through a bad relationship, you're going through a divorce, and you got to find some type of inspiration because you're going through a trying time. And sometimes it's like, you don't even feel like waking up in the morning. And then you like, you know what? I love music so much that I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean?
And he even, there's a song on there where he even, when you're in the marriage and you have kids, he's has a song where he talks to the child and lets them know what's going on and that he still got love for the mother, but it didn't work out. But it's the whole body of work is just perfect. Like
and
it's
perfect. And do you feel like at the end, Brina, because I feel like the song that he got at the end, the Getting to Know You, I feel like he's rediscovering somebody new. I feel like at the end, I feel like he's discovering somebody new with that, and then he got She's Intentional. So I feel
She's international.
I'm sorry.
It could be. I took that two ways.
Okay.
I took it like he was rediscovering himself. Because when you go into a divorce and stuff, you do have to get in touch with your feminine side and stuff too. But he could have also been talking about meeting somebody new as well. So it could be taken both ways.
Yeah. I just
or even about the possibility of somebody new.
Right. Because you could just be like, man, fuck love. I'm done with it. I could care less about it. But then it's like he got this album Grown and Sexy. It's like, nigga, you just, why ain't we get shit? I would have been like, if he would have gave us the love, marriage, divorce, then it'd have been like, okay, now this makes sense. But Babyface showed again how much of a great artist he is, because he said, through all of my drama, I could still put a little bit of that in this record, but I'm gonna still give you a love album that Babyface normally is. Y'all know me for Whip Appeal. Y'all know me for, you know, Every Time I Close My Eyes. Y'all know those records. So I'm not gonna take away that just because I'm going through something. I'm gonna still give you that love, but I'm gonna also be truthful and let you know, like, y'all, I'm going through a little bit of something right now, but there's still love out there. You know what I mean? So that's why.
Now that God Must Love You gives me the melody of Whip Appeal.
It does.
Like,
it does.
That's just a vibe.
It does.
Just vibe to it.
And that right there just showed that great artistry that we don't have with people anymore. You know what I mean? Like great artistry, because again, he literally showed like, y'all, I'm down and out, but I'm such a great songwriter. I can still write a love song for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like we don't have that great artistry anymore. Like I was looking at something on YouTube, and somebody said, yo, we don't have great artists no more. Like, again, like after, you know, our big stars, like be done and want to retire and all that, who do we have? Who do we have that's, oh my God, you're a great songwriter? Where's our Babyfaces at? You know what I mean? Where is our, you know, our Michaels and our Janets and our Tonys, and where are they now? We don't got them no more. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's continuing to do the same thing all the time.
I think it's more of what's being pushed. The attention span now is quick. Like if you don't grab somebody fast, the intention is going away. So they are sticking to what's working, and those artists are still out there. Like Vito, he's a good songwriter, and he's just been making music, coming out with albums and stuff. But he's been writing for a long time, and he's a great songwriter. But it's just they're not in the mainstream. They're not being pushed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's
And this generation isn't going to take they're not going to take the time to find those people. They're just going to consume what's in front of them.
Yeah. And then we're also in the age where the young people now, a lot of them didn't have, like, we always a lot of time me and Jai be like, you know, people aren't in the church and a lot of the church singing, but not just that. There's no more music in schools. A lot of schools cut music programs. So how do we expect to have all these kids to have real instrumentation in their music, and half of them didn't get that education or that exposure to it at all? Because I think about my school, we had chorus, everybody had to take that, you know. A lot of people was in the band. I was in the band, and you had different stuff like that. So and like theater programs and stuff like that where they was singing, and so they're not even getting it there. So
and a lot of people aren't getting it from home, because you always go home, your mother will be cleaning and cooking, and she'll have her old school music on, but that music helps shape you. And I feel like kids don't get that nowadays. Everybody listening to the music that's now.
Yeah, it's definitely getting pushed more than, I mean, they were getting pushed back then, but I think all the same theme, the same this is all getting pushed at us. It's all about sex, 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 sex. Even though we had that too, but it was a balance of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a balance of it, and it was also more creativity behind it. Like you could have a whole song you're talking about sex, and you ain't know it was about sex.
That's very true. Babyface is one of those artists, one of those writers.
So you got older and re-listen to the song, you like, oh shit.
Go back and look like, oh, this face nasty. I was like, oh, he's so romantic, and then I listen to songs, I'm like, oh, you dirty boy.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but Babyface was able to write a song and make you use your imagination of what you wanted with it. Now he don't do that. Just thinking for a second, the song "Loneliness" that you brought up. Now that I feel like is about Tracy. I feel that is about her. I feel like he's saying how much of alone that he was in the relationship, and now he's alone now. Now it's like this joint is real. It's like how to feel when you have somebody and you feel alone. That's when you know it's like, okay, this relationship is not where it is. Because if I'm in a relationship and I feel alone, that's not good. You know what I mean? So again, I feel like Babyface can write the hell out of a song and be like, yo, I'm lonely, y'all. But still make it seem so sexy though. Like, it's weird. Like, how you lonely?
The video was awesome. And he was just sitting there.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Yeah.
And Babyface kind of exudes that, because it's like it's a quiet, like it's like a quiet but intense, like quiet intensity. It's like cause he's just so smooth. Like think of him on the verses. He was just like, he was just sitting there, just being his cool ass self.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything over the top to get his creativity.
A calm confidence. That's what I was looking for. A calm.
There it is.
Yeah, that's perfect.
But Babyface seemed like he the type though. Like Babyface is real subtle, but baby, when it's time to get down with the get down, Babyface is like, wow. Like if you look at
the ones, that'd be the ones. Yeah.
I wouldn't know, but
those are always the ones. Always.
But because I'm thinking of the video, the Whip Appeal video, and you see how he mad smooth, but the way he grope up the girl, you like, Babyface, I didn't know you had it in you. Okay.
Those the ones.
Like, don't let the Babyface fool you, right?
Y'all, it's a mess. Y'all the memories, huh, y'all? Because y'all both like, those be the ones.
It is what it is. We're all grown and sexy here. We can talk about these.
Yeah, now. Not when the album came out.
Yeah, well, facts. See, when it came out, I was good and grown.
Yeah, I was just
I was
getting
a
to
baby.
college, so.
I was almost 30.
Damn,
Oh,
man, you was
geez.
13?
I was 13.
Oh my God.
I don't know how I got my hands on that album.
Well, I
mean-
know for one thing, it wasn't your sister.
Oh God.
I
I would not. I'm gonna throw that. I had to throw that dig in there. Yeah, when she watches, she'll know why.
JR is so annoying.
Hi, y'all love it though. Wow.
And I actually lost my virginity to that album.
Really? Oh my. Now I'm learning too much.
See,
It was not supposed to go like this.
A second ago, he was talking big shit, and now it's.
This is my little sister, so it's like, no. Who was he? You gotta tell me who he was.
No.
The devil.
The devil. That's all you need to know.
Don't agree with her. Don't agree with her.
He
Who
should
was?
not be named.
Yes. Well, thank you, sis, for talking to us. This was a dope
Thank y'all for
conversation.
having me. This was fun.
Yeah, but
See, wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
and see, now you're pro. You could come back and talk about another song.
Yes.
You're like
Yeah,
a veteran.
fun.
I can be like our returning guest. Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna be back. I got some other
Yes.
things to talk about.
Yeah.
But yes, where can people find you if you want to be found? If you don't, that's fine too.
Author, I believe it's author_L.E.Miller on Instagram.
You don't want to tell you. Come on, girl. You better sell what you got. You got other stuff. Let everybody know she's an author, y'all. Like, nah, like she got books out. Like, Brina, let everybody know. I ain't letting you get off that easy. Let everybody know what you got out these parts, yo. Come on now.
So I'm a published author. My books are under my pen name L.E. Miller. You can find them on Barnes & Noble, Amazon. I also offer ghostwriting services. I also offer sex coaching services. Just to find me.
I'm gonna need
I offer everything.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
I'm
a
a
jack of all
multi-talented queen. I love it. I stand.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, but also thank you all our viewers for hanging out with us once again. And we will catch y'all on the next episode of Catch That. Peace.